Hi, I'm Grant, and a week ago we hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay! So now that we have a bigger following on YouTube, I figured now might be a good time for everyone to get to know DFE as a band better. So I put out the question asking for questions. Any questions you want the answers to, and today I will be giving those answers. Most of these questions came from my Instagram at DFE_band_, link in the description. So go follow there so that you can submit your questions for the next time we do one of these. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Question 1. Where did the band's name come from? I've been asked this question before and I always say the same. It came to me in a dream. Okay, not literally, but like it just kind of popped up in my head one morning when I woke up and it just kind of sounded cool and I stuck with it. I knew from the start I wanted to have like a 3-worded name so I can have like 3-letter acronym, say like MCR, My Chemical Romance, TOP, 21 Pilots, like that kind of scene, which is like my main inspiration for music, comes from those bands. So I wanted to like follow the same thing, DFE, Distortion, for emphasis. The other meaning of it came from visual arts, I guess, in distorting limbs and an image, doing weird proportions for the sake of emphasizing something. And also just like I like distortion on guitars and things, so it kind of fits with I want to get a message across with a band while having a lot of distortion on the guitar, so I'm emphasizing something with a lot of distortion. Question 2. How much distortion is needed for emphasis? Crank it up to 11. Plug in that metal zone. Pull out the shittiest fuzz pedal you've ever heard. But for real, despite the name having distortion in it, I'm not gonna like say our band needs to have distorted guitars for every song. I mean, the last song we released, I'll wait right here for you to find me. It's got like, it's more acoustic focused. There's not that much distortion on it. So I don't want that to be like a label to, we have to have distortion on our guitars at all times, otherwise it's not distortion for emphasis. That's stupid. So I don't want the name to be like a thing where people expect us now to have distortion on everything, where it's really just a name. It doesn't necessarily have to directly relate to distorted guitars. Question 3. Who curses the most in the band? I don't fucking know. Question 4. How do you guys edit your videos? So for all the videos that are like I'm filming like this and all of our TikTok and Instagram reels and stuff like that, I use CapCut, which I believe is TikTok's editing tool. Completely free, really easy to use. Highly recommend it. I'm editing this video you're watching now on it as well. For some of the other videos, like the behind the scenes for the music video for I'll Wait Right Here For You To Find Me, Rulof was actually the one who edited and filmed that video. So I believe he uses DaVinci Resolve, which is a bit more, I mean, it's free as well, but it's a bit more advanced in terms of like the amount of editing and stuff you can do with it. So if you have like proper video editing training, I think that will be a better option if you know how to use it. Otherwise, be like me and just use CapCut. It's really easy to pick up and just mess around with. Question 5. Would you ever do an Imagine Dragons cover? I'm not sure if this is a joke question, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. So at our live shows, we actually do covers of pop songs. We have a Taylor Swift cover in the stage right now. But what I really love to do is take like a pop song, completely different genre from what we do, and just like rework it into something completely new that fits our sound and our style. With Imagine Dragons, it's already a bit more heavy pop, I want to say. So it wouldn't be difficult to rework it. So I'm not opposed to it, but I mean, I'd much rather do like another Taylor Swift cover or something. Something that people in the crowd are gonna be more likely to sing along with. Also, I used to be in a band that actually did a heavier cover of Thunder from Imagine Dragons. That was pretty fun. I used to slap at the bass on that one. Question 6. Can we please get a pedal board and gear video? That's actually not a bad idea. The thing is, I'm not a big gear guy, so I'm probably gonna put like Rulof or Mark or one of the guitarists in charge of doing that and like meeting up with them one day and maybe just like having them run through everything. I do like for studio recordings and stuff, I use a Velaton GP200 for all my like guitar tones and bass tones and things. I'd like bought all of my effects and stuff. Yeah, I don't actually use real amps and things. I've got a couple back there, but they're pretty shit. So I've always like just preferred having the digital stuff. It's just easier to build your sounds around that. And I know there's a bunch of like rock elitists or whatever. It's like,
it's not the real thing, man. You need that
warm tone of a tube amp. I'm like, no, fuck that. That's way too expensive, and you've got way more options with like the digital thing. So that's my thoughts on that, but more in-depth video probably coming eventually. Question 7. Who in the band has the most Sigma rizz? Skulk, because he's the world's hardest bassist. Question 8. Would you rather be left in the woods with a bear or with Mark? Easy. Bear. Mark's a black belt. He'll fuck me up. Hey Mark, if I was stuck in the woods with you, would you fuck me up? Question 9. How is the Joburg scene? So, we're more based in Pretoria, but we have gigged around and met a bunch of bands from Joburg. And I've been to multiple shows just as a fan to the Joburg scene and seen shows and bands from there and stuff. Personally, I do prefer the Pretoria scene, but I mean, this is where I grew up, this is where I've lived my whole life. So, it might just be a thing that, like, I don't really connect with the people there. There's a bigger emphasis there, I think, on metal and hard rock than there is here in Pretoria. And I feel like DFE, we fall in between hard rock and the more commercial side of things. Or at least I'm pushing to hit that sweet spot. So we haven't gotten the best experiences there playing our gigs. Usually the crowd's just a bunch of old dudes who are just sitting there waiting for the guitar solo. Or it's just an empty floor, which is most of the time the case. Question 10. When you perform, do the guitar and or bass, the speaker go boom? And this is a kind of a sensitive question for me to answer, and I'm gonna have to ask you to bear with me. I need to be vulnerable with this. And in the end, the guitar, bass, boom go, snare drum. Ka-ba ba boom ba. Question 11. I hear a lot of Taylor Swift influence in your music. Is she one of your sonic inspirations? Okay, I'm gonna get so much flack for this, but yeah, I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. Like, this is my Spotify listen to. Don't at me. I don't think I've actually written a song for DFE where I've gotten inspiration from Taylor Swift directly. There might be like some subconscious thing or whatever. But that being said, she's a great songwriter. I listen to her stuff. Amazing production, especially on like some of the new Taylor's version albums and stuff. However, if you do want to listen to an artist that takes a lot of inspiration from Taylor Swift, may interest you in Sarah Jade. Wink wink, nudge nudge. She's definitely not my boss, kind of. Okay, last question. Question 12. Inspiration and thought process behind I'll Wait Right Here For You To Find Me. So I did make an in-depth video going a bit behind the scenes on more of the production side and the songwriting side of I'll Wait Right Here For You To Find Me. I did talk about like inspirations and stuff on it there, but if I had to flesh that out more and talk about what got me to write the song in the first place, I'd say like, so I wanted to write kind of more of like a love song thing, but it was completely fictional because I've never experienced all that stuff, which is an issue for me because all of DFE songs is personal stories from me that I've like lived through and stuff. So I kind of eventually tweaked that to be like, okay, I can't write a love song. Let's turn that into something of why would I want to be in love? So I kind of imagined it like from seeing other people being together and being like, okay, this looks like these people fulfill each other, they fix each other's problems, they always seem so happy. But in the video as well, I said like, I realized along the line, that's a stupid mindset to have. You can't expect someone else to make you happy, and I'm gonna stand by that all the time. You're responsible for your own happiness. Boom. And with that, that's all of the basic questions I got. And I just want to say as well, thanks for everyone who subscribed. We reached 1,000, over 1,000 even, and that's freaking amazing. So I've got a special announcement. In 2 weeks time, 17 July, we have a brand new song coming called Useless Alone. So make sure you follow all our socials and stuff. We're gonna be giving more info and teasing a bit about the new song. You can obviously subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't already. But you can also check us out on Instagram at DFE_band_. That way you'll also be able to get in touch with us easier or ask us more questions for the next Q&A video like this. If you got any more questions, if it's like something simple, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, that about does it for this video. So thanks for watching if you made it all the way here. Thanks for subscribing if you're one of our fabulous subscribers. And yeah, that about does it.